Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's episode of Talking Point, NTV's weekly chat show. I'm your host, Syed Neaz Ahmad. In our studios today, we have a very distinguished journalist visiting London from Dhaka. She is Parveen Chowdhury. She has been working with as a news gatherer, as a news presenter with news media for a long time. She has worked with WTN, the well-known American news agency, until it merged with Associated Press, AP, and it became APTN. And she represents them in Bangladesh. She also works with a Japanese news agency or television company, NHK. She is based in Dhaka. She has worked with American news agencies, American television channels, and also indirectly for NDTV of India. She has covered in her journey through the life many important personalities visiting Bangladesh, starting from President Clinton, the Sheikh of Kuwait, and other distinguished guests, Mr. Colin Powell including, and the Prime Minister of Japan as well. Welcome to the show, Parveen. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. What brings you to London? An assignment or
not
personal?
Not any assignment. It's a personal visit to London.
Right. See, do you find London a bit hot or mild? Because
no, I think
for last few weeks we have had very hot temperatures.
Weeks, yeah, it seems to be hot, but for us, I think it was fine with us.
Because Dhaka is usually hotter than London.
More hotter than this.
Right. You started working with WTN in 1991, isn't it? But how did this journey of your life begin? What brought you into journalism, and what motivated you?
Well, it's not that something brought me to the journalism. It's like it is on a kind of, what should I say, it's that I was thinking, and while I was talking with my colleague, that whether I will be able to work with them or not. So one of my Indian friends actually, they what should I say, they requested me that you can work for WTN.
Right.
As
you were already a journalist.
No, at that time I was not a journalist.
Right.
Yeah, I just started my journey since 1990.
Right.
Yeah. Then the Indian friends, they have prepared me how to give the interview to the boss of the, they prepared me and they groomed me how to give the interview to the vice president of the WTN, who used to be the managing editor and vice president, Mr. Lowndes Lipscomb.
Was he visiting
Bangladesh? No, he was in London. Yeah, then we came all the way to London, and then my Indian friends, they introduced me to him, and at that time they were looking someone to work for WTN in Bangladesh.
So it was quite a break, because if you were not a journalist already, and they were still looking for somebody to work with them, for them, and then somebody who...
But I have been groomed, what should I say, by the Indian friends and also by the British friend.
Right.
She was a Jamila Siddiqui.
Right.
She was an Kenyan British.
Right.
She groomed me.
So you had friends in high places.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
When you started with WTN, that was in 1991, isn't it?
Yes.
How did you start, and what was your first assignment?
Actually, my first assignment, when I was handed over my accreditation letter to me by Mr. Lowndes Lipscomb,
right.
He said, look, Parveen, I know you are not a journalist, you never work as a journalist, but please keep in mind that while you will write anything, if you write anything and if you say something to us, please mention with a very easy English.
Right.
Still I remember that.
Right.
Because we want to take our news gathering activities to the upper hand, to the lower end.
Yes.
So we want that people should understand what we are saying. This is the one thing he told me. And other things, since this is a television agency, he told me, Well, they have given me a few weeks training how to conduct the satellite.
In London or?
In London, in London, yeah. In London, how to conduct this satellite and what is the satellite exactly, and how they are going to, how to get the news from Bangladesh to London directly. There used to be a 4-channel news, 4-channel booking. Actually, those things were very, very tricky for me at that time. So he also told me that I will give you three chances. First chance, if you fail satellite, it is okay. Second, you fail, that's okay. But if you are failing third time, if you cannot perform satellite from Dhaka.
If you can't transmit.
Yeah. So in that case, I won't be able to keep you with us.
Yeah, we'll have to look for somebody else.
Somebody else, yeah.
And you did first time?
Yeah, first time, yeah. Yes. I was successful.
Did you have other staff?
Yes, yes. We have cameraman.
People, yeah.
Then we have editor. Yeah.
And you had a van from where you could transmit directly?
Yeah, it is the Bangladesh television.
No, not on your own.
No. At that time, satellite was very expensive, and it was technically at that time. I think 1991 was far behind.
Yeah, but there were a small briefcase size satellite that was used by I remember CNN those days.
But I don't think so in 1991.
1991, or maybe mid-90s. Mid-90s.
Mid-90s, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, yes. Only we have to book through satellite through BTV.
Yes, during the Gulf War, I think I saw some. Yes, something like that.
Gulf War after the occupation of the Kuwait by the Iraq.
Yes. Oh, I think I saw some.
Okay.
And I was in Saudi, so I think I saw some. But well. It happens that sometimes they don't show it for the public what they do. So
yeah. Now we have our own satellite dish also. NHK has lots of satellite dish.
Right. Yeah. How do you find working for a foreign television company based in Dhaka, and what sort of restrictions that compel you to report a particular news story from a particular view? Because you're not doing this for the home audience, for home consumption, but it is for an international audience that is possibly not aware of the delicate points of what is happening in Dhaka. As you see, they really do not know what's happening between the opposition leader and the prime minister, and then there's an extra opposition leader we have. So we have 3 ladies talking about each other all the time. It can be pretty confusing.
No, I don't agree with you, because in 1991 we experienced the first democratic election. Yeah. Do you remember? In 1991, yeah, there was an election. So the election was it was acceptable to all of us and all the countries of the world. And I will say that was my first election I was covering alone. Mm-hmm. So although I have covered only in Dhaka, I think election was free and fair election, very nice election in 1991.
No, I was not questioning the fairness of the election. I was whether it can appear confusing to the foreign viewers.
Foreign media to cover the political unrest stories.
Yes.
Yeah, at that time actually there was a code of conduct. I think at that time was more friendly atmosphere. Actually, I have covered. Of course, you will face lots of difficulties, because at that time in 1991, female electronic journalist, I don't think so. I have seen any female electronic journalist in Bangladesh. So, what should I say actually? From the government, I got all the support.
Not on the beat, you see. There are a lot of nice-looking news presenters, you see, back in the studio, yes, but not on the beat. That's what you mean. Yeah,
actually, it is very tough to work on the field, actually. Yes. That is the main journalism, I will say. That talking and presenter is just something very, very highly. Yeah. But while you were covering on the field, that is the main, I think that is the main journalism.
They are the foot soldiers. They get the information. They get the
all
stories.
The information getting. And at that time, police was also very helpful to the journalist. So police at that time, Bangladesh police was more friendly, and they used to follow their code of conduct.
Right.
And whenever we are in difficulties, they come forward to help us.
Right. What sort of difficulties, like traffic?
No, say for example, when there was a political unrest, what I mean, there is a opposition rally was going on.
Right.
So all of a sudden it becomes that people are throwing stones or like, what should I say, hand grenade, cocktails.
Right.
So which way to rush? We are
Right.
rushing this way, that way.
They will conduct you safely
Yeah,
outside from
they
that.
always helped us, and they always shows the right way to go out to be safe.
Right. So you said they were. I mean, you used the past tense, see, but has the situation changed now?
At this moment, present.
Yeah. If you think that you cannot answer this question,
no, it's okay. I can answer. I can answer this question, because for the journalists, sometimes police, it's a little bit, what should I say, confusing situation at the moment. Most of the riots and public unrest at the moment, actually I don't go on the field, because I don't feel that much of safe for myself.
right.
We always keep a quiet distance to cover the political unrest or any riots or anything.
Right.
And we don't know whether police will come forward to help us or not. Yeah. So there is. So I'm not sure about that. That they will come and show the safe way out.
Right.
It's not. I'm sure about that, because at the moment I will say that press is a free press.
Right.
Yes, I'm working, and I work always transparent way. We work always transparent way. We go to the police, we ask them to get us permission. Yeah, most of the time we got the permission, we have covered the stories.
Right.
It is okay. But sometimes maybe we are not sure what to do and what not to do.
Right.
So it's a bit confusing situation. Sometimes we as a journalist, sometimes we cannot do over
Right.
act.
Do you have to get the permission of the police to go somewhere? Or are you free to
No,
go anywhere?
most of the political unrest, I'm speaking about all the political unrest or opposition meetings or any riots going on. So police is
the troubled times.
Yeah, troubled times. Yeah, these are the more hot stories, what I should say. Yeah.
It's more like whether it's safe
so
to
they
go
are
out
always in command of the situation.
Okay.
They tackle the situation.
Okay, Sir Parveen, we have to take a break here, and then when we come back, we'll pick up the thread and we'll go ahead with the more stories, interesting stories from you. Thank you, viewers, for being with us, and don't go away. We'll come back after this break. Thank you.